let me start out by telling you a little bit about my own weight loss journey. I started Weight Watchers in 2008, so I've been familiar with this program for about 6 years. I started out as a sophomore in college, and I had about 50 pounds to lose, and I lost that weight with Weight Watchers, and it took about a year. And so I've been on and off the program for the last 6 years, and I can definitely testify to the fact that it is a program that works. And so I get a lot of questions from people that have seen me on the journey on how to lose weight and how did you make it work for you. And by no means am I an expert. I definitely am not, and I've definitely made mistakes. I've gained my weight back at one time, and then I've recently gained some weight. And so I'm not an expert, but I am a girl who is committed to health and fitness, and I believe in Weight Watchers. And so I'm also not a coach, so don't think that I'm like can give you professional advice, but I have been familiar with the program, like I said, for about 6 years, and so hopefully you'll gain something or lose something from what I've learned and from the lessons that I've really been that have impacted me in my weight loss journey with Weight Watchers. And so I really feel like there's 3 things that you have to have if you're going to be successful on this program, and they all start with C. So the first thing is commitment, and one of my favorite preachers says you can't see the results until you commit to the routine, and that's something that's really kind of been pressed onto my life recently. And I think a lot of times we get so frustrated that we don't see the results that we want to see whenever we haven't really made the commitment to the routine. And what I love about Weight Watchers is that it talks about, oftentimes it doesn't label itself as a diet, it labels itself as a lifestyle, and to really get it in our mind that we're committing to the routine of this lifestyle. That you might have a bad week or a bad weigh-in, but you're really committing to the fact that you're going to be in this thing for the long haul. One of my least favorite things that my mom used to say to me growing up, and I'm so glad she did, but whenever I was 7, I didn't want to hear it, but I would be like, I don't want to do this, Mom. I don't want to go to school today, or I don't want to go to gymnastics, or whatever it might be. And she would say, sometimes you have to suck it up. And through the weight loss journey that I've been on, there's times whenever I want to eat the burrito. I love burritos. I love Mexican food. There's times whenever I want the cookie. But then there's times that, you just say to yourself, you got to suck it up and you got to be committed to the routine. And I find when I'm committed, I see the results that I want to see. It might take a while. It might not be in the time frame that I want, but if I'm committed, I will see those results. And so I would definitely emphasize commitment. I have been committed to Weight Watchers, I've gotten off track, and I've gained my weight back. And so I can testify from both ends. If you're committed, you'll see results, and if you're not, you'll see not the results that you want to see. So the first thing that you got to have if you want to be successful on Weight Watchers and really any weight loss journey is commitment. The second thing that you need is community. You have to do this with a team. So I would recommend that you go to the monthly meetings. The first round that I did Weight Watchers, the first time I ever really committed to this program was in college, and I lived with a bunch of people who weren't doing Weight Watchers, and they could eat sometimes anything that they wanted, and it seemed like it didn't affect their weight, but I had to definitely live differently than them, and so I had to get plugged into a community that was doing the same thing I was. And I went every Thursday. Thursdays was my weigh-in day, and it was my month, the meeting that I went to, my weekly meeting, and it encouraged me. I had a great Weight Watchers coach. It so inspired me and challenged me, and they celebrate your success, and you really get to know people and through the experience, and I loved it. The second time, and this time that I'm doing Weight Watchers again, I did it online, which is a little bit cheaper, so it helps my budget a little bit, and that has been helpful because I've had buddies to do it with. So even in doing it alone or doing it online and not going to the weekly meetings, I still grabbed onto some community that I definitely needed along the way. And so you need people to talk recipes with. You need people to talk challenges. I like telling people what I eat every day. It's a weird, sick thing that I have. And so I like to call people that are Weight Watchers and be like, okay, so I had this many points today. And so I like having community with me whenever I do something. You need people to cheer you on whenever you're feeling discouraged, and you need people to celebrate you and with you whenever you've really completed a goal. And so I definitely would recommend that you need community for sure. The third thing, last thing I'm going to talk about today that you need, the third C, is you need to celebrate. The third thing that you need if you're going to see success on your weight loss journey is you have to celebrate along the way. You have to celebrate your wins. You have to celebrate your losses of weight there. And so here's how I do it. When I started out Weight Watchers, I had 50 pounds to lose, and 50 pounds is a chunk of weight, and it's going to take some time. And I definitely didn't want to wait until I hit my goal to start celebrating. The first time around, I kind of did it that way, and it wasn't as fun. The last 2 times I've done Weight Watchers really committed to it, I have celebrated along the way. And so I created, instead of that one huge goal that I'm working towards, I created mini goals that helped me see the light at the end of the tunnel and help me achieve something along the way. It's like when you're in high school, you're working to graduation, but man, you're excited when you graduate the 10th grade and the 11th grade and you get out and you finally hit senior year. You got to celebrate along the way. And so creating those mini goals helps me do that. And I always made sure, and I'm making sure now, that the mini goals, when I meet them, that the prize isn't food related, because I think that can be kind of counterproductive. And so what I chose as my prizes, they're the 4 M's. One of the prizes I get whenever I complete a mini goal is makeup, because I love makeup. So I have an Ulta card that has my name on it that I'm so excited, a gift card that I have. So I've got makeup. I will treat myself to the movies, which I don't do a whole lot. And so living on a budget, you just have to kind of be careful of what you do spend your money on. And so I was like, you know what? A movie would be a really great thing, a great way of celebrating, achieving a mini goal. The third M that I am working towards, and this is for a little bit when I achieve a little bit more weight loss, not just like 5 pounds, but when I really get to like 15, maybe 20, is I'm going to treat myself to a massage. I love massages. It's such a treat for me to get one, and so I'm excited to knock that 15 pounds down or 20 pounds. I haven't quite decided, and then get that massage. And then my final, I'm looking to lose about 25 pounds. I've lost about 6 or 7 already. And so when I finally hit that last goal, I'm going to treat myself to a day in Memphis. And so it's nearby where I live, and I'm excited to just shop a little bit, just hang out, and I love the town anyway, so it'll be exciting for me to celebrate. So recap, if you want to be successful on your weight loss journey, you need 3 things. You need commitment, you need community, and you need to celebrate you. So I sincerely wish you all the success in the world for your weight loss experience. I really believe in you. I know that you can do it. If I can do it, you can for sure do it. And so I hope this has been helpful for you, and I hope that you've been encouraged by it and equipped by it. So we'll see you next time on 20 Something.